What's up, guys? Today I have a very special interview for you. I'm talking to Michelle Horning. She is a business major at Boston College, and she's a very good friend of mine. She went to Divine Savior Holy Angels High School in Milwaukee. So, everybody, let's get to know Michelle Horning. How you doing, Michelle?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Pretty good, thanks. Let's get right into it. Question number one. You've had a very illustrious skiing career. What are some of your favorite memories from skiing, whether in high school or younger?
Yeah. Um, I would say like it's actually like not one of my best moments, but like I look back on it very fondly. It was like one of my first times ever racing. Actually, there are two stories now. I thought of another one. But so my first time ever racing, I was at a camp actually. It was like the preseason camp of skiing. Like it's over Thanksgiving, so we always call it like Thanksgiving camp, and it's in Copper Mountain, in Colorado. And so we had been going to this camp for years, but like I never raced, so I would just free ski with my family. But my sister and my little brother were into it. So this year though, I decided that I was gonna race. And so they were like, okay, we'll just sign you up for Thanksgiving camp. Like, no big deal.
Mhm.
Um, but like they kind of like there's kind of like a little asterisk near it that like should have experience racing. And my parents just kind of ignored that. They're like, she's skied her whole life, she'll be fine. But they decided to put me in a group with my sister, who at this point had been skiing for like several years. So her group was like quite advanced. And I had never raced before. And everyone thought I would be fine because I had skied before, but it's really not the same thing. And like when people like tell me, they're like, oh, I ski, could I race? Like this is the story that I tell them because it's horrible. Because our first run of the day, like we were just warming up. It was just like simple drills. And I skied directly. I like purposely went at the back of the group and I still skied directly through the entire group, like took everyone out, broke my sister's ski binding, and like got kicked out of their group for the rest of the camp. Because like they just didn't want someone like me in the group. Um, and then it gets worse because they like then I became like the laughing stock of everyone. Like they kind of like didn't take me seriously for the rest of camp. And it turned into like this whole fiasco where like my mom was yelling at everyone and it got like but that was my introduction to ski racing. And so like I like that's why I'm so proud of what I've accomplished, because like I went from being like the reject, like the laughing stock of like taking out an entire group of people and like breaking someone's ski, to like being the like pivotal role on our like ski team. Because like this year they didn't win state. It's the first time in 3 years we haven't, or the last 2 years, 2.5 years, that we haven't won state because I don't know. I don't want to say it's directly attributed to me, but my sister said it first. So, but yeah. And then my second story was in my first ever race, not at a camp. I actually went around the first gate wrong and got immediately disqualified. And all of the moms standing at the bottom were looking at the score chart and they were like, oh, this must be a new racer, like a U6, a U8. That's literally 7 and 8 year olds. It was me, a 15-year-old girl. So, yeah. And that's those are my favorite memories because I just like it reminds me of how far I've come. So yeah.
Do you have like a favorite hill, either that you have or haven't raced at, but like?
Yeah. This everyone always like is so jealous when I say this, but Switzerland, where we went, and it's called Saas Fee. It's like in the middle of nowhere, but it is gorgeous, and it's where like all the best skiers train. And like you literally have to take like 3 trains to get to the top of the hill, but like once you're up there, it's like there's just like nothing like it. Great skiing.
Yeah. Was there ever like a hill that you were like, oh my God, I'm gonna be racing like at this, like gave you goosebumps just like thinking about it?
Actually the hill that the state meet is on gave me a lot of anxiety because there's this one, so it's like I don't even know what they call it, but it's like the hill basically does a 90-degree turn. Like it goes completely from this to this, like just completely. And right at the point where it turns, it drops off like 10 feet.
Mhm.
And they have like really tight set courses on there. There's always like that's always the hardest gate. Um, and so it always made me anxious. But like finally my senior year, I was like, at this point I've raced on it 3-4 years. Like I got this, and just like plowed straight through it. And I realized that whole time I was like worried about nothing. Like it was literally fine. But
Yeah.
yeah.
So you also played volleyball, at least a little bit, and soccer. What was it like representing DSHA on several different teams? Like, were you like more excited to play for one team, or just what was the general vibe of like getting ready for an event for all three of them?
Yeah. Getting ready for all three was very different. Ski races, I was really hardo about, I'll admit. Um, like there's like you have to get your lift tickets before every race. Like you can't just like go ski on the hill. You have to wait till everyone gets there, get the whole team together, then buy the tickets. Like you have to buy a ticket every race. Get all your boots set up and stuff. And like skiing is a very ritualistic sport. Um, so when other girls were late, it inevitably messed up my ritual. And I would go so like people just like I was like great to be around any other time of the race, but before it, like I was so hard. And people knew to avoid me. Like when someone was late, like they would just all avoid me because they knew I was like going insane. Um, and then so that was like me skiing. Volleyball and soccer were like totally chill. We just do like, I don't know, some like our soccer coach had some warm up that we had to do before every like soccer game. And usually like we would just kind of like mess around. Like for varsity soccer games, I never really played on varsity soccer, but like when we would do like camps and like training with stuff with them, literally like they just dribble and juggle before every game. Like they don't even do anything special. They just do like a juggling circle where you have to count to like 20 or something like that. You can ask my sister about it, but and then volleyball, yeah, pretty much the same thing. We just like passed around the ball and it was like chill. But skiing was where I got really hardo.
Mhm. So kind of changing gears a little bit, what are some of your favorite things to do like in Boston?
In Boston, I love just exploring. Like when I go, I love going on runs around the neighborhoods because Boston College is actually in Chestnut Hill, which is like 5-10 minutes outside of the city. So it's like in a really nice neighborhood. And I love just like running around and like looking at the houses when I run. Um, and then like on weekends and stuff, my friends and I will go like to like parks and stuff in the city. Like we'll just kind of explore. We love finding like little restaurants. We have like a really cute brunch spot, and I don't know, kind of miss Culver's sometimes. So we're always looking for like good burger places or
Mhm.
stuff like that. But yeah, nothing too special. We just like exploring the city.
Mhm. Do you have any spots like around the city or around the campus that you particularly love?
Yeah, BC is actually known like for its pretentious care of its lawn.
Mhm.
So like it's always like a meme that like our tuition is expensive solely for the purpose of upkeeping the lawn. Um, so that's like actually like a really great, like I actually appreciate it a lot. A lot of people are like, why are we wasting our money on the grass? But it is so nice to just sit out on the lawn. Like at the beginning of the year, they give you these like blankets, like basically anyone that wants one gets a blanket. And so people just like will bring out these blankets and like just sit in the lawn, or like people will play spike ball, soccer, like just like anything, just like pick up games in the middle of the quad. And it's like great.
Nice. Uh, so now that your family is basically 33% Boston College, are there some things that like you and your brother have brought back home, like during quarantine?
Like, do you mean like things that we do, or like
Just like traditions, things that you're like, this is a Boston College thing. We're gonna start doing it here.
um weirdly no, like no tradition things that like we brought home. Like we still talk like about all the stuff that goes on at school. Um and like a lot of like some of our work overlaps. Like we both are in the business school, so like there was a venture capital contest that recently happened, and it was like a virtual thing, and so I was watching it in my room and he was watching it downstairs, and I like had no idea until I like looked in the comments and like saw that he had commented something, and I like called him. I'm like, are you watching this too? And he was like, yeah. um and like I'll be on like a FaceTime with my advisor, and he'll like walk in and be like, oh my god, what's up, like, hey, I know you. And like it's just like kind of funny that like we all like know the same people, but it's like something that just the two of us share. Like no one else in our family can relate.
So when I first talked to you over Zoom, you mentioned you had like a quarantine bucket list.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things on your bucket list that you've already done? And what is some stuff that you still need to do?
So I actually just switched my bucket list from quarantine to summer bucket list with the hope that we open up soon. And I don't know what I did with my old list, but I can read you my new list. I've already checked 2 things off of this.
Okay.
The car meetup with friends. That was what we did today, and that was super fun. And then successfully grow a garden from seeds, which is difficult because usually I transplant stuff in the summer. Like I just grow like a little vegetable garden. I have 6 pots out in my driveway. But this year I thought, since I'm home, I'm going to try it from seeds, which is significantly harder. And my neighbor, who's like a hardo gardener, was like watching me do this horrified. She's like, what the hell is Michelle doing? Like planting seeds when there's literal snow outside. But to her dismay, they are sprouting. So she, I think she's actually like annoyed that my garden is so successful, but whatever. So those are 2 things that I've already done. And then other things on here are family Bob Ross painting night. Because I just got a lot of paint, and I want them to get more involved in crafts. They're like very anti-craft people, and I love crafts, so changing them on that. Writing a friend's newsletter, which is something that my friends at school used to do. They like write like a weekly update on everyone's lives, which like, I don't know, I want to keep doing that because it kind of like keeps you updated. And then get better at golf, create a house scavenger hunt, teach myself Salesforce, which is a business tool, practice consulting cases to see if I want to possibly get a job in consulting, reach 250 LinkedIn connections, and create a family volleyball league. So yeah, those are just a couple. There's more, but
are any of them pertaining to TikToks?
Yeah, I specifically didn't mention the TikTok ones because I get roasted a lot for those. But walking a marathon is something that I got off of TikTok, and I'm really interested to see how that would go. And then like just like I want to start an Etsy shop where I sell embroidered shirts, and I want to make more TikToks as like advertising for my shirts, because I feel like there's actually like a really big market on TikTok, and it's super underutilized. And like, I don't know, like people hate on TikTok, but like seriously, like you can make some money on there. Influencers are the way to market these days. Just saying.
So my next question's kind of going off of that. You have made a lot of TikToks. Some of them have not been as popular as I think they should have been. But like,
thank you. I also thought they should be more popular.
Do you have like one in particular, or do you have any that you just were like, when you were making it, you were like, yep, this is the one, I'm gonna be famous? Like,
it's funny because the one that I thought was not gonna get hype is my most popular one. So that was like a little bit disheartening. But let me see. I don't even remember half the TikToks I make because most of them I just like post and I'm like, hope people enjoy that. I'll never see it again.
You made, what was the one today? I'm forgetting.
Oh yeah, it was the one when my mom asked me to run some errands, and it's like, I've been waiting for this one so I could sing in the car.
That one's a good one.
I've also been waiting to use that audio. because I love that audio. Ones I thought were gonna go more famous. The one that I made to Kesha's TikTok, like I thought that one was gonna blow up because I put so much time into that, and I'm like, people have to see how hard I worked on this. Like it literally took me like 2 hours. But no, my most popular one is the one where I'm like sitting at my desk and I'm like, I'm not going to bed until I finish my homework at 8 p.m. And then it's 3 a.m. and I'm still looking at my computer and all I have is I've watched TikTok for 5 hours. It took me literally 2 minutes to make that. And think of it, 2 minutes total.
Yeah.
You should make some. You could do great things.
No. I've thought about it. I'm not creative enough, unfortunately.
And you should see some of the stuff people put on there.
I know.
Like you'd be better than half the content out there.
See, I'd compare myself to Kane, and I'd just be like, I'm not Kane, you know?
But like there can be different, like you don't have to be like a hierarchy, like better or worse. There can be just different types, you know?
I don't know. I have seen, do you follow Zach Siegel?
I don't.
Okay. He does those roses are red, violets are blue, or whatever, those ones, you know?
That reminds me, there's another one that I should have gone famous for. I actually made it private because I was so embarrassed of how little likes it got. But it was like roses are red. It was about Outer Banks. I don't know if you've ever watched Outer Banks. Shoot, how did it go? Yeah, okay. Roses are red. Breakfast is the best meal. Shoot, how does this go? Breakfast is the best meal. I can't pretend like this isn't real. So basically, like, it was from the scene when, like, the most popular guy, like, first makes out with the girl that he likes or whatever. And, like, I don't know, everyone was hyping up the scene. And so I made, like, this TikTok for it. And, like, all of my friends like Outer Banks, and none of them like the TikTok. And so I, like, hated on them. I'm like, I can't believe you. Fake fans.
Yeah, he just like he makes soccer ones, so like he uses commentary and stuff like that, and they're good, but like I just keep thinking like if I ever have like a good idea for TikTok, I'm like it's just I'd mess it up, it wouldn't look good. First off, editing on TikTok is so stupid. Like I can't figure it out to save my life. I'm like if I would make a TikTok, I would do it kind of like how I'm doing these, where I like film it and then I edit it all in like Adobe and then just upload it onto TikTok. Cause like uploading it, I've made like 4 TikToks already and I've kept them all private because they just all are so unprofessional. They look so bad. Like
now I want to see them. I want to know what this so bad is. I feel like they're better than you think.
I did one where I was like, it was, when you take 30 shots and score 2 goals in intramural soccer, and it's that like, gee, I'm a different man, I'm a different beast, you know that one? It's like,
I love that audio.
Yeah. And then I did 2 of those because the first one didn't work that well because it looked really bad, and then the second one looked a little better, but it was just like, no, they're not good. And then what was the third one? It was when Kane did that TikTok where he like recreate an infamous sports moment. And
yeah.
So because of my amazing collection that I have of jerseys, I can show for a second. They're all lined up in here.
Fancy.
Yeah. I was like, you know what? I got this. I got to show it off. So I made like 40 videos for Kane. And I was like, pick which one you want. And he was like, that's awesome. And when I got them all done, I've got like 30 of them that are just like chilling on my phone. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make my own TikTok. And
recreate a sports moment. And it's all just you.
Like, it's literally all me with this background and wearing different jerseys. And it's so cringe. It's so bad. But,
see, there is a TikTok though. You could like recreate it where it's like a jumping TikTok where like it seems like he's in the air for like.
Oh yeah.
a long time because like it's one of those like stop motion type things.
I feel
Gonna
like
make
that
one
take
of
a
those.
long time though. Like
But
that.
that's the thing. If you want to edit it well, you got to put in the time. You
No.
know this. You edit videos.
I guess. We'll see. Maybe when I'm done with the interview series, we'll move to TikTok. But
Yes. Oh, I would approve. I
but
already spent like 7 hours of my day on it. So
same. I basically just like I find TikToks that I like, send them to whoever, and then like that's about it. So that's I
send
don't know.
more to me.
I'm
I
not very
love it.
productive on the app. But, we'll see. Okay. This is kind of a random one. If you could be in charge of the Summerfest committee for a day, who would you bring to this year's festival and why? And let's pretend that the festival is actually happening and not postponed till September when all the college kids are in their new realities, hopefully.
Yeah, because if we're talking about Summerfest in September, I would purposely line up the worst artists
Oh, yeah.
artists ever so that I'm not jealous because I'm so emo. But I'm pulling up my Spotify because this is so much power, so much privilege. I'm honored. Let me see. Okay, well, I know one of them for sure would be Jack and Jack, and it's a super random. So, like, I don't know, you probably don't even know who Jack and Jack are. They're like a
Yeah.
super niche band. They kind of fall in the boy band category. They like used to be on Vine when Vine was a thing. But like I love their music because me and my friend Charlotte are like grew up on that or whatever, and like that's always been our like thing. And we went to their concert at Summerfest like a couple years ago, and it was my favorite concert ever at Summerfest. And like we've been begging them to come back, like on all their live streams, all their like things like that. And like I would go to one of those in a heartbeat. So like I would try to get them on the lineup. Also, it's one of those concerts that's like not like super overly crowded, so you can actually like enjoy it.
Yeah.
But another person that I would put on there, so I love to have like a variety. And I watched your interview with Patrick, and I would argue that I am also up there on the country fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely number 2 because Patrick's like number 1.
Mm.
But I'm number 2, and so therefore on mine I would include Luke Combs because he is great. He just wrote a song in quarantine that's super good. You should listen to it unless you're not into country. It's called 6 Feet Apart, but it's super good. Highly recommend.
That's the one that I've been seeing on basically everyone's stories.
Probably. Yeah, probably. I don't know. I haven't seen it on a lot of my friends' stories, but I put it on my stories. So. And then 2 friends to tie it in with a EDM DJ artist. 2 friends is like the love of my life. They make all the big booty mixes. Have you ever heard those?
No.
You have to listen to those 2. Those I actually recommend because they like put together like a whole bunch of songs, so it like kind of hits everything. Like you get a little taste. My favorite is volume 11, I would say. I've argued with like my friends about 11 through 16. I could listen to any of them and like them. Not a huge fan of 17, which is the one that just came out. But those are like my top 3 artists: Luke Combs, 2 friends, and Jack and Jack.
Speaking of music that just came out, you're gonna skip on 5 Seconds of Summer?
See, they're like my like study music, but
that's true. They're really good for that.
It's good for that, but like studying and Summerfest are 2 totally different vibes.
I guess. I think it'd be cool though. They've got a couple bangers.
What's your favorite?
Right now, my favorite would have to be, oh my god. I'm just starting to get into the new album. Red Desert is pretty good. Thin White Lies, right?
Yeah, yeah, Thin White Line.
That one's good. I literally when you joined I literally was listening to Calm, like the whole album, just on shuffle.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, no, they're pretty good. I'm trying to think. No, I can't think of any. I mean, the only people that I would I don't think Summerfest is that like interesting unless there's someone that's like in there that I'm like, okay, I should probably go see. So like, Arizona Zervis. I don't know if you listen to him. He's have you heard Roxanne?
Yes.
I've been listening to Arizona Zervis for a while now, like before Roxanne came out. And
Okay, then you're in the clear. I was gonna say if you picked it up off TikTok, that's
no. He's pretty boss. He does music like he does vibes music, he does like hard like rap music, he does like chill, like study kind of music. Uh he literally covers everything and it's really, really good. He also has a song, I can't remember what it's called. I always forget. But he shouts out Milwaukee. He's like, "Daddy got the Bucks," like he's playing for Milwaukee, and I love that. So I think that'd be so cool for like
Mhm.
if he came to Summerfest and said that, that'd be really cool. I think it would go
Oh
crazy.
yeah, crowd would go absolutely wild.
So that's one that I definitely think would be cool. And then obviously I was really excited for Khalid this summer.
Yeah,
I wanted to go to that so bad, but
that would be a great concert.
it was not meant to be. But anyway, so last question, and you kind of touched on it with Jack and Jack, but like, what is your favorite concert that you've ever been to? Or what are some of your favorites?
Yes, that one. Okay, I can go into that one because that one was probably one of my favorite concerts. We camped out, which was my first time ever camping out for a concert, and it like we really didn't even need to. It was kind of just a thing that Charlotte and I like wanted to do, I guess. And so I actually had taken that day off of work and everything. It was like a whole ordeal. And we sat outside. It was on the US Cellular stage, which is the one with like the pit. And I literally have US Cellular, so like we had pit passes, like we did not need to camp out. But we sat out there because we wanted to see if we could like see them behind, like, you know, like the trailers pull right up to the US Cellular thing. So like you just like walk right around there and you like buy all the artists. And we wanted to see if we could like meet them. And like that whole stage that whole day had some people, like they had Big Time Rush, like Logan Henderson and stuff. And we actually met Logan Henderson by accident, you know, just kind of wandering around the back of the trailer. Because we were like Charlotte is like a huge Big Time Rush fan, so she was like talking to like the security guards being like, oh my god, I love Logan Henderson. And so he came out and like talked to us, like and like so then they also had, I'm blanking on the name of the other band. I don't really follow them that much, but it's another like boy bandish type artist that was like somewhere in the lineup that day. And they like Charlotte and I just for fun like went and hyped him up and like we're pretending that we were like huge fans. And they threw me like a Summerfest hat. I'm gonna get this. They signed this hat and threw it to me.
That is dope.
And so then the concert happens, the one we were there for, and we had made friends with some other girls who were also camping out, and they brought glow sticks, and we wrote our phone numbers on these glow sticks and threw it on stage. And like we were just going so hard at this concert, and it was so much fun, like just being fangirls. Like it was so dumb but like so much fun. And they like actually like picked up like the glow sticks and like put them in their pockets, and later they like tweeted about it, like they were like, this Milwaukee crowd is absolutely wild, like they like threw us glow sticks with their numbers on it. And just like all that hype, like we were loving it. And so we like left that concert, like it's a big thing at Summerfest to like drink and go to concerts or whatever. That concert we were 100% sober for, and we were like the wildest we've ever been at a concert, and it was so fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my best memory.
So Anna Mill and I had like, and not an argument, we had a debate over which concert would you rather see, like a One Direction concert or like one of the guys' concerts. Like if they had a one-off concert, or like if Harry just came to like Summerfest or something.
That is like I feel like the fandom will hate me for doing this, but I would go to the Harry Styles concert over
Yeah.
Wonderland. No, okay, that's a lie. Actually, I think I would because I really like all the One Direction songs, but like Harry Styles just like evolved so much as a person and as an artist, and like seeing all that happen was just like so cool. Um, sorry, can you hear that beeping?
Yeah.
Let me turn that off. That's annoying. It's a group chat. Don't think I'm actually like going off here, but yeah. And so like Harry Styles, I really really like his new album. Um, Actually, I almost think I like the other one that came right before it more. But Fine Line is a very good album.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just really follow Harry.
Mm-hmm.
The other albums, like by like Liam and Niall, like they're okay, but Harry's really my one true love.
Yeah, I feel that. I think of all of them, it'd probably be him, and then Zayn. Zayn's done okay for himself, and then
Niall?
Niall would probably be like the third. Yeah, hasn't
Yeah.
hasn't Louis done like some stuff too?
Oh, absolutely nothing. Louis is a father and he's off with his kid.
Oh my God, what's
Liam has.
Is it Liam? Yeah, Liam. Liam's done some
He's done a
stuff.
little bit, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of. I got him confused. But yeah, obviously Harry's like the biggest one. But I'm like, Anna Mela's whole thing was like, yeah, I'd want to go like, for the experience to see it one last time. But I was like, I don't think that it would be as good of a concert. Like, I feel like if Harry was just coming, it would be like his concert. He could do what he wanted to do, and it would be much more like entertaining and fun and genuine rather than like if they all got out there, because I feel like it would just be like fake almost. So
I don't know if I agree with that because like the Jonas, I don't know if I can even compare him to the Jonas Brothers, but because I feel like they could, I don't know, maybe I'm too optimistic, but I feel like they could still put on the same kind of like, I don't know, like bro-y vibes with each other. Like I want to believe they're all still friends, even if they're like not currently working together. I don't know. That's just me being an optimist, but
I don't know. Anna Mela keeps up to date with everything and is like, oh my God, this guy's mad. One of these, I think it was Zayn and Louis are like fighting with each other over something. And I'm like, no, I can't even see them like singing on stage together. Like it just,
no.
I don't know.
Well,
That's
I mean,
just me though.
most of them got kids now. The only one that does, they're Harry and Niall are the only two that don't have kids. Well, technically Zayn doesn't really, but like he knocked up his girl, so you know.
Yeah. His ex-girlfriend is dating, who is it? Trent Alexander. He's a soccer player. He plays for Liverpool. So like, she's like always.
Worlds collide.
No, she's always on like the Premier League does these videos where they're like social media recaps during quarantine, and he'll always post stuff with her, and I'm just always like, oh my God, like that's I thought that I recognized her from somewhere, and then I was like, oh, that's where.
Wait, but just for the record, you said your number one was Harry, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Absolutely. Harry's got a lot of good. I don't listen to all of them much at all, because I've got, so my music playlist right now is like, I've got basically 4 playlists. I have like my oldies music, and then I've got my like rap playlist, and then I've got it's called Nebsconsin Vibes. It's like Nebraska and Wisconsin vibes, and it's just like everything that is just like you put it on and you can like study and work, and it's just like really chill. So there's like some Weekend on there. The Weekend would be a really cool one to have. I feel like that would be an awesome.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I've got a lot on there, and there's a lot of 5 Seconds of Summer on that playlist, and not a lot of like any of the One Direction guys. I think there's maybe one Harry song, but like
Yeah.
no Zayn, no Niall, nothing like that.
Which one is your favorite of Harry's? Like, what's your one?
It's like the really popular one that he has. Let me see if I can.
There's like 3.
I know, but like I don't like. I'm not like a niche fan of his. Like I'm just like, oh, that's a popular song of his. It's actually kind of good.
It could be like Adore You if I had to guess.
Yeah, that's yep. Adore You by Harry Styles. Do I have any other Harry Styles songs? No.
I like Golden.
Golden, yeah.
Yeah, my friend got me hooked on She, but that's more of like a indie vibes. Like when you're kind of like mildly emo, but not really. That probably made no sense. But.
No. I'm and then have you listened to any of David Capriva's stuff?
Kind of, yeah. Like I saw his recent stuff came out and I like remember listening to it. I don't know. I kind of liked his older songs better. Like maybe it was just because he released them as singles. Like whenever like a whole album comes out, I always feel like pressure to listen to like everything, and then it's not like giving each song the time it deserves. Like I'm just like gotta listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
But
The two there's only two that I like added to my playlist. It's the I Enjoy Long Walks on the Beach where he's like, oh, we broke up, that one. And then what's the I'm All Good? Or he's just
I think that's one of my favorites.
That one's a good one. But like yeah, he's got some decent stuff, but Arizona Zervis. If I can put you onto anything, listen to some Arizona Zervis because he's got some really good songs. What is the one? Oh,
Give it a listen.
Yeah, absolutely give him a listen. What is the one song that he like, Daddy got the Bucks like he's playing in Milwaukee? I'm totally blanking. I'll have to text it to you, but it's good. Yeah, so anyway.
Just text me when you think of it.
I will. Okay, well, thank you for joining me. I had a great time talking to you.
Yeah, you as well. Thank you for doing this.
You're welcome. See ya.
See ya.
Thank you, Michelle. I had a great time talking to you. That brings us to the end of today's episode. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you all again tomorrow. Peace.